Colorado beat Colorado State in what I'm calling the Personal Bowl. That's what I'm calling it. The Personal Bowl. Okay. Deion Sanders said that Colorado State's head coach made it personal with his dig at Sanders for wearing a hat in his press conferences and wearing his shades. Okay. Y'all know, y'all have seen it. He said, you know, when he talks to the media, he takes his hat and his shades off. Okay. Of course, Deion Sanders saw that and used it as motivation for his team. And throughout the week, whether it was social media or big media, didn't matter what show, you saw almost everybody to a man that I saw in big media in particular, rooting for Prime and the Buffaloes to beat the dog shit out of Colorado State. But it seems like Colorado State took the shit personally as well. Okay. Look like yeah, they started it. Their coach started it. But then when his ass got that backlash, I guess maybe he used it to used the backlash to motivate his players. Then it turned into a classic game. Okay. That was fascinating on so many levels. And we're going to talk about all those levels. But before we do, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I am your homeboy first, and this is the realest, most entertaining sports show in the game. Put it on something. Again, hit that subscribe button, y'all, and put all your people on it, okay? Share, 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 share. That's what I mean by that. Share, 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 share. All right, but let's get straight into it. All right, let's start with Colorado State's coach, Jay Norvell, okay, and his comments. I disagree with his comments for this reason. And I think some people had said this, okay. It's only a few of these black coaches in the FBS now. It's only a few of them. So when you say something like that and you take basically a cultural dig at Deion Sanders, you're going to have a lot of the racists and you're going to have a lot of white supremacists going to rally around that. You know what I'm talking about? And I don't know much about Jay Norvell at all, okay? I didn't know he was a human being before this fucking game. Okay, I didn't. But I would assume he doesn't want that kind of crowd backing him, okay? So that's why those comments, in my opinion, were unfortunate because it kind of plays to some other shit that's at work with anything that Deion Sanders does out there with Colorado, okay? But then the way you saw motherfuckers in big media, who many of them know Deion Sanders personally, like Stephen A. Smith, like Shannon Sharp, like Michael Irvin, like Keyshawn Johnson, like all these motherfuckers, they know him personally. So of course they gonna come to his defense. It's just like the groundswell of like, you know, we got a root for Prime, got a root for Prime, got a root for Prime. But then when you watch the game, you see not only is Jay Norvell black, his defensive coordinator is a black man. So while Colorado got Prime as the black head coach, you know what I'm talking about, and it's the program that Black America is rallying around. His coordinator's white guy. But this program being led by, and I'm assuming Jay Norvell is calling his plays as well. At least that's what the commentators made it seem like. So it seemed like their team, Colorado State, being led by two black men. But you ain't see no black folks going for them motherfuckers other than, I guess, the parents and family and friends of the black kids who play for the team. Okay. And I guess former black players for Colorado State. So this shit should be studied. This shit should be studied like from a sociological standpoint. You know what I'm talking about? So we can see how the dynamics of race and what some would say dog whistle comments, you know what I'm saying? Uh Celebrity and popularity. You feel me? Cause it seem like you fuck with the cool kid. Prime is the cool kid, and you ain't the cool kid. Yeah, you a black coach, but you ain't the cool kid. So like everybody just piled on that motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? So that's one thing. But then you look at the game, and most people thought it was gonna be a blowout. I thought it was gonna be a blowout after those comments, and based on how Colorado played offensively in their previous two games, and giving Colorado State's uh, struggles in these years, you thought, okay, shit, they finna dog walk these boys. But they didn't come out in the first half, 14-14. You feel me? So maybe they took it personally as well, like I said. Maybe both sides. You had all the chippiness and all the talking before the game. You know what I'm talking about? You got Shedeur out there going at the motherfuckers. You got Travis out there having words with them. Travis ended up fumbling and losing the fumble in this game. You know what I'm talking about? Shiloh got a pick six. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all of the key characters in this play, in this movie, in this drama, all the key characters had something that stood out. Okay, we're gonna talk about the Travis Hunter hit momentarily. Well, let's look at Shiloh first. Okay, Shiloh is a graduate of Jackson State University. A graduate. Not only played there, that motherfucker graduated from Jackson State University. And while he was at Jackson State University, we know that he loved the drum majors. He became enamored by the drum majors, okay? That he had promised if he scores, he was going to, hit what he calls a J6. Okay, he, calls himself the sixth member of Jackson State's drum major group, okay? And he did what he said he was going to do. All right. So shout out to Shiloh. He clearly still got love for Jackson State University. All right. But that was big. That was big. Later on in the game, he also had a key forced fumble. Okay. So as I tweeted out, Deion Sanders need to move Shiloh on up the goddamn kid ranking. Cut the bullshit. I've seen him at the bottom before. It might have been when he was at Jackson State or right after prime level. I don't know. But he had man at the bottom. He need to make sure he get that man on up there. And they asked his ass about that in the post-game conference. And he started bringing up all the other shit that all the other kids doing. No, man. This man just had a pick six and a forced fumble. Without that shit, y'all would have lost. Okay? Now, without Shedeur's magnificent play, y'all would have lost as well. Okay? We're going to talk about that. But shout out to Shiloh. Let's get into the Travis hit. And the Shedeur hit. Because both of them took some big hits in this game. Was the hit dirty? Seemed like it. It did seem like it. But here's the thing. With both hits, this is the type of shit them kids them young men gonna be facing this year. This type of shit they gonna face, and maybe even on into their NFL careers. They got a target. If motherfuckers were talking about Lonzo Ball had a target on his back coming into the NBA because of all the shit that LeVar Ball was talking, what the fuck y'all think Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders got? Motherfuckers were talking about how cats were picking up Lonzo Ball 94 feet and guarding him. But they wasn't running 20 miles an hour and smashing into his ass. His football is violent. And see, this is the thing. I was thinking about this now. Looking at that hit and also looking at the hit on Shedeur. The hit on Shedeur happened later on in the game. Y'all know what I'm talking about when it seemed like Colorado State's best pass rusher, who had a pretty good game. He was pursuing Shedeur, and Shedeur, threw the ball away, but he kind of came in late. He kind of got him up here, and drove him into the ground. Once he was disqualified for that as well. In both cases, whether it's Travis trying to make a catch or it's Shedeur trying to make a throw, they ain't focused on the son bitch that's pursuing them or trying to hit them. They focus on trying to do their job, which one trying to catch the ball, the other one trying to make a pass. So I was thinking about that versus like boxing. And I was like, which one is more dangerous? Because in one, at least in boxing, okay, yeah, motherfucker trying to hit you in your face all night long, but you can see it. And I think Muhammad Ali made that point one time. Like, you don't have to get hit in boxing. You don't necessarily have to get hit. You don't get hit. Somebody gonna connect on punches. But if you ever watched a Floyd fight or watched a prime Ali fight, now he got tagged a couple times. Henry Cooper caught him. I think Doug Jones caught him. A couple cats caught him with some left hooks and shit like that. But for the most part, you wasn't really hitting that man. Okay. And definitely you ain't really hitting Floyd like that. Handful of cats put some hands on Floyd, okay? But that's few and far between in them 50 fights, okay? Well, in football, it ain't like that, Jack. Because you ain't just right there boxing. You right there on the motherfucker. You can see it coming. You can, defend yourself at all times. Well, Trav is trying to make a play. And this ain't just unique to Travis. This is just football receivers in general. You trying to make a play on the ball, and then a motherfucker just come blow you up. That's why, in my adulthood, I look back on some of that shit from my childhood before they changed the rules and added all this defensive receiver shit. And we used to look at the highlights of running, lighting, and all them hard-hitting ass safeties. It's really not as impressive anymore. Because it's like you running into a dummy. Travis just right there looking up. It ain't like Travis trying to truck the dude, and dude coming heads up, and he got the best of him. Like no goddamn Oklahoma drill, no shit like that. Man ain't even paying attention to you. So you really just got a free shot on the motherfucker. That's kind of unfair, but that's football. Same thing with Shedeur. Or any quarterback, really. You focus in the pocket, or maybe you scramble outside the pocket, you looking downfield, you trying to make a play, and then this big ass motherfucker just coming to get your ass. And well, if you're a good one, your eyes downfield, you ain't paying attention to that, and you just get lit up. It's really not as impressive. Why are you talking about this, Fur? Because these young men talk a lot of shit. These young men talk a lot of shit. And it's not like they're linebackers or safeties. Well, they can talk a lot of shit, and then they are the ones that can go out there and inflict the violence. Okay? They talk a lot of shit, and then they gotta go out here and Shedeur, your quarterback, so the ball in your hand every goddamn play, and these boys trying to come get at your ass. And with Travis, he does play defense as well, but he's fucking corner. He ain't finna. Don't seem like he finna be one of them physical corners that's finna be trying to lay nobody out like that. Seem like he'll cover corner like Deion Sanders. Okay, so I don't know. I don't see these young men changing. Shedeur's emulating his father, clearly. Okay, he wants to be like his pops in every way. Okay, and Travis is emulating his hero, his idol. But goddamn, they better have their head on a swivel. Okay, they better have their head on a swivel. But I'm glad that it doesn't seem like it was too serious from the reports I saw. But it does seem like the young man Travis Hunter will be out a few weeks at least by the reports that I've seen so far. Now let's get into the vitriol that these motherfuckers had lined up for Deion Sanders and his program if they had lost this goddamn game. Okay. because it looked like that's what was going to happen now. Okay, and I've seen it happen before. We lost 2 celebration bowls. The rest of your world, y'all wasn't paying attention, but we lost 2 celebration bowls. That's a Black National Championship game. Okay, yeah, we won 2 swag titles with Deion Sanders here at Jack State University. We lost 2 celebration bowls that we should have won. I'm not taking anything away from South Carolina State nor North Carolina Central. They both played great games. Okay, but y'all see. Same core players that are out there dominating on the FBS level, we had them and we lost. Shedeur, Travis, I'm just speaking on last year, for instance. Shedeur, Travis, Savion Wilkerson, Mr. Silman Craig, he made big plays out there. Shiloh, okay. Even shit, they had to go ahead and bring Alejandro Mata in the goddamn game. For Jay Feely's son. That all the ball was at Jackson University and we lost. Okay, so I've seen Deion Sanders lose games that he's supposed to win. Okay, so it looked like that's what was about to happen, and the motherfucker were ready. Okay, people like Danny Cannell, he played in the NFL. This is something he tweeted out. He was ready to roll. Okay, he said, "This is why Colorado State is up." Imagine that. Appears Jay Norvell was spending the week studying film and game planning instead of doing interviews and selling sunglasses. That shit didn't age well. That's why sometimes you gotta wait until all the time has run out. Okay. Another one. Now I don't even really know who the fuck this dude is, but there's some video going around with this dude in black and white, some white guy. He got on some shades himself. Okay, and basically that motherfucker said that Deion Sanders had Yo MTV raps in the locker room before the game. And that don't send your child to Colorado because they ain't gonna get no degree. Basically, they gonna end up being a criminal and all this type of shit. Something to that effect. So again, that didn't age well either. I told y'all this shit was intriguing, man. You had all kind of shit going on tied with this game. See, folks want to just focus on the celebrities and all them motherfuckers that were out there. I don't focus on that as much because I did see a lot of them at Jack State University. Okay. Now, I would challenge them to continue to support Jack State University and other HBCUs, okay? And don't just dick ride Prime. I know you fuck with Prime, and I know you were fucking with Jack State because Prime was there, okay? But these schools still need your support, goddamn. The black folks support your motherfucking ass. You feel me? You should support them, okay? But that wasn't the only thing, okay? Jack State fan, we've seen the sideline with all them motherfuckers on, okay? All this other shit that was going on in the 2 Americas, it's fascinating. And then you throw in the last part. A 98-yard drive. When Colorado State had punted that ball and that goddamn punt was perfection. Only way it could have been better is if the goddamn kid put it on the 1-yard line. And Shedeur Sanders led him on down the field using his legs as well as his arm. Okay. And I wish I had tweeted it out because I would have seemed like Negro dumbest, but I was sitting right here in my chair watching TV and I said, this finna be the Southern game. I said it. Now I tweeted it out after the fact. Okay. Kind of like some of these motherfuckers, they probably should have waited till after the fact too. But I tweeted it out after the fact that this reminds me of the Southern game, but it did. Now, again, some of y'all don't know nothing about the Southern game, but that was in 2021. That was when Shedeur was a freshman, and his pop had just come out of the hospital. He was over there in his wheelchair, if I'm not mistaken, okay? And that motherfucker led us down for a touchdown, and it wasn't on the road, okay? They were at Southern, who is Jackson State's heated rival, okay? So no, it wasn't on ESPN or Fox or ABC or anything like that. And we didn't have any mountains as a background. But Jackson State versus Southern is a heated game. Okay, and that young man That's why he said that shit in his press conference. He's been in that situation where, you deal with that anxiety and you deal with that moment. You gotta go get the job done. And he let us down for a score, and then his brother Shiloh got to pick to end the game. Classic game. Go look it up. You can watch it somewhere. Okay. Also, some people have brought up him driving us down in that Celebration Bowl that we lost. Okay. But the kid got that in him. The young man got that in him. Again, I gotta do better. Stop calling young men kids, okay? Because like we saw in the Jack State versus Texas State game, Texas State's quarterback, that man finna have twins. You know what I'm talking about? And shit, somebody, Colorado State got a 31-year-old kicker? Can't even call him a young man. So he getting on up there with me. You feel me? He OG. But the game was a classic. Y'all know what happened after that. They went to overtime. Both teams ended up scoring. But Colorado ended up pulling that bitch off. All right, so classic game, instant classic. It's gonna go down in the annals for all the reasons I said. So many levels to it. And then after the game, you saw Prime and Norvell meet at midfield for the handshake, and Shedeur was right there. Now, I don't know. Prime might talk to him about trying to flash the watch at the coach. Maybe he won't though. I don't know. But like I said, that type of shit we gonna see going forward. Does that increase the target on the young man's back? I don't know. All I know is that young motherfucker spin that bitch, and then been hella clutch. Okay. He said he went in Brady mode. And that's being blessed. Hell, when your pop is a Hall of Fame like that, and you can get tutored by one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, which most people say is the greatest quarterback of all time. I don't say that, but that's a whole other segment. All right. But let me know what y'all thought, man, about Colorado beating Colorado State in what I call the personal bowl. Put it on something.
Please subscribe to my daddy's YouTube channel, because the more subscribers he gets, the more attractive he looks to sponsors. The more attractive he looks to sponsors, the more money he can make. And the more money he can make, the more money he can spend on me.